ladies and gentlemen, this is a showcase specifically for the ones that are particularly not interested in Linux that much. I've tried to record the coding session of this script, but really it's just a small script that I've been working on, and there were some annoying issues with Bash because I'm not used to coding with Bash, and I did some stupid mistakes. It was a lot of looping around, trying to fix smaller and smaller mistakes and whatever, until I got something working. But the end product is, I think, something actually useful, so that's why I wanted to show it with you, share it with you, and try to, show how cool Linux can be sometimes. So, for the ones that would like to get a better mindset in terms of like openness, a more open mindset, with Linux, there's some really cool things that you need to see, because God, this gives you at least one reason to go into the Linux land. Which, I mean, you can do the same things with Windows, you don't get me wrong, but I don't know, there's just a much more enthusiasm in the Linux. You get a lot more flexibility with tools, because you get more tools, you can modify your system however you like, and you can see this actually being practical when doing scripts, because you can mix up so many tools. In fact, this script proves it. Okay, I've added some constants for whatever. Maybe I should firstly introduce what this script will even do. Okay, so I've been reading random Wikipedia pages. Okay, random Wikipedia in English, and my vocabulary is missing in some places, and I would like to remember all of these words. I read some, I don't know, integral membrane protein. I would like to know what it is. Okay, let me just take a look at it. Intrinsic membrane protein, ITP, is a type of membrane protein that is permanently attached to the biological membrane. Okay, whatever. Let's say I know what this means. Let's pretend. I'm not in biology, so I probably don't, but anyway, let's say this is the definition. If I would like to remember the definition of this word, I would usually go to Anki, add a card, and fill in the thing, and all of that every fucking time. Problem is, I have an issue with this interface of Anki, because I don't particularly like it. I think it's just too complicated. I think it takes too much time. So, how do I simplify this? On Linux, you can do this. Boom. 3 seconds, goddammit. And now if we look at the card, you can see it's added. It's been added in less than 3 seconds. You don't even have to open Anki, you don't even have to touch it. Bro, you open Anki once and you close, like you minimize it, whatever you want to do. You put it in the background so that the API is doing its magic, and you just use a shortcut and do, I don't know, integral membrane protein, some biology nerd shit, and that's it. Like 2 seconds and you have it inside the Anki. Let me just pull up the window now, because I've got a lot of shit minimized and I don't want leakage of what I'm actually doing on my computer, so whatever, private reasons. But yeah, for like, now if you want to check it, it's simply there. Okay, integral membrane protein, some biology nerd shit. So I mean, yeah, this is what I've done. And like, I think it was 1 hour. It should have been that long, but Bash. I partially hate Bash because it complicates a lot of things. Like, well, not complicates, but there are so many little mistakes that you can do if you're not a pro with Bash. I usually go personally with Python, but this time I just wanted to do it in Bash because genuinely it's just a small script or whatever. So yeah, what does it do? It basically uses dmenu. One cool thing I actually learned with dmenu is that you can pass a def null as input. I didn't know that, because oh my god, this is so epic actually. Let me tell you what I can do with this. If I can, yeah, okay. Usually, I thought dmenu was only supposed to be used for choices, so echo, lol, 1, 2, psych dmenu. You pass it into dmenu, and you get the choices, and you take, I don't know, 2, whatever, and it gives you 2. Yeah, but I didn't know that you could also pass dmenu p, fuck's sake, which is a prompt, which actually, you know, it's a prompt, it's like text before the input, just to inform you of what are you about to type. And that's epic. I tried to use it for input like this, maybe give it input, whatever, and while that works, in theory, you still see this empty choice here that I hate to see. So one thing you could do is, of course, like pass devnull as std in. I'm not sure if this would work, honestly. Let me try. Yeah, it actually works this way as well. You can just cat devnull and pass it into the menu as through the pipe, and that's it. Or you can just use the redirect symbol. Where the fuck is it? Here. No, so don't confuse it with this symbol or with this symbol. They're different. This one is for input, this one is for output, this one is for append. Linux basics, whatever. So yeah, then it escapes the double quotes. I'm not doing it for the single quotes, which I probably should. But yeah, for now I'm just using the removing escaping the double quotes. But yeah, if the string is null, it just exit. Same for the second string for the definition. Else we use this amazing curl command to send the data into Anki. But how does it work actually? Well, there's an API running in Anki that you can use. It's basically an add-on that exposes the API. It's called Anki Connect. And the second you open Anki, it will, of course, you'll have to reload it after you add the add-on, but after you then restart it, there will be a local server running on 8765. And yeah, then you can use it to send data to it. And that's kind of epic, you know? So that's what I did. Let me just try for the demonstration to see if this works. If you use, for example, lama or whatever, if you use double quotes, it's supposed to work. Okay, it works. Okay, it works. It does everything that it wants. You know, it escapes them. Now, if you do this, actually works as well. That's interesting. I thought it was gonna break, but apparently not. Okay, that's interesting. Cool. Now, of course, if you start introducing things like this, now it really starts to break, because I'm not escaping this, and that's what I'm for sure about. What the fuck? I tried it before, it didn't work. Are you actually kidding me? Let me try to break it on my own way. Let's see I got my ways, aka spamming on the keyboard. Yeah, of course. So there is ways you can break it, and if you really care about symbols and whatever, I would encourage you to do the same and maybe escape all of this. Go through it. But since I know that I'm not going to be pasting definitions that have all kinds of symbols in them, mostly just words that I will rephrase myself, and particularly need that maybe for the single quotes and double quotes, and for this. For the brackets, it makes sense, honestly. Let's see if this supports it. It supports. So, like, yeah, that's really all I need. Then, yeah, let's remove all of this. We're just testing. But yeah, look, that's all, honestly. So, yeah, for the non-Linux enthusiasts, that's what I want to show you. It's what I was trying to prove is you can use many different applications together. In this case, dmenu being one of them. It's an open source tool for choice handling, for being it's meant to be some sort of suckless software that you use for whose code is meant to be easily editable. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. And it's meant to be fast. It's meant to be, you know, not that bloated and whatever. And you can use all of those different components to then form something super simple that just works, that doesn't break. In my case it breaks, but that's just me being lazy, you know, in this case. And the point was that the tools those kinds of tools are good, and open source, in my opinion, is this is the beauty of open source, that you are, as a developer, as a problem solver, which, let me remind you, I think we all as humans are problem solvers. So if you're not a developer, it doesn't mean that you aren't one. But as a problem solver, I think that's the beauty of open source, like, that you must appreciate, because it allows you to bring all of different pieces together and form some sort of solution that works. You know, I'm not going to be super whatever motivational in this video. I just want to point this out because I think it's nice to appreciate free and open source software. So yeah, that's it. Happy learning with this script or whatever. I will be posting it on GitHub if you're interested, and you can just download it and play with it, or create your own. I don't really care. So yeah, that was it.